And a one fish, two fish, and a one fish, two fish, and a one fish, two fish. I don't hear myself. I don't hear myself. I don't hear myself. I have the headphones on. I have the mic on. I see myself talking. I think it says headphones. Oh, I got the wrong headphones on. Damn it! Oh, I got the wrong headphones on. Damn it! Oh, I got the wrong headphones on. Damn it! All right, we're good now. All right, we're good. I can hear those weird echoes over on Twitch. We'll double check YouTube. Good now. All right, we're good. I can hear those weird echoes over on Twitch. We'll double check YouTube. YouTube is fine. CS Bond is doing the Bucks Fight dance. Hey Charles, how are you doing today? Yo, it's Leo. How are you? On YouTube. I'm going to get another copyright notice on YouTube today, and I'll gotta dispute that later. So, they keep Disney's got the new trick is to use the audio copyright to complain about cartoons. which isn't the way things are supposed to work. So I just keep disputing them. They send me a notice going, hey, somebody's claiming the copyright in this. And I'm going, hey, that's public domain. So, oh no. So, and it's the cartoon that ran at the beginning of this, Arctic Antics. So apparently Disney went and also recorded a sound recording of it, I guess, is what they're doing, and they're calling it an audio copyright. But if it's in a film, that's not how it works. It doesn't count as an audio copyright if it's part of a film. At least that's my understanding. I could be wrong, and I've disputed these things before, and they haven't been challenged. And what they do is they don't even look at this shit. I dispute. YouTube gives them 30 days to review. They don't review. They say, okay, you're a good man. So anyhow, I'm gonna remember to pop over there. But last time I popped over right after stream, it hadn't been flagged. It got flagged later on the day, I guess. Anyhow, we are working on the CC Basics 9 bra and panty set. Here, let's give Charles a shout out here. That was the wrong thing. Let's try that again. There we go. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's National Creativity Day, by the way. So do something creative. Um, I don't know if my stuff is actually creative or it's more. I sometimes feel I'm more of a craft person than an artist. Anyhow, what are we doing? We were working on the textures, so there's a few things to do. Let's pop open. Let's pop open Dash Studio and see where we're at. I haven't actually saved any of the textures we've loaded in here yet, so we got to do that. I've got a lot of it set up in Substance. We have to still mask off the metal parts. There's some metal parts on the back, so we need a mask for that. I'm going to set up the worn, and I've decided I'm going to start doing my worn textures as an LIE. It makes things easier. So I can kind of just knock that off at the front. So like here on the Cyber Neon, instead of my usual blue version, worn blue version, gold version, worn gold version, we're just going to use an LIE to just make them dirty and tattered. So I'm going to do that from now on. Yeah, so anyhow, let's go over to the folder we're working in. Way down here, CC Basics 08. People, you know what? Let's load up the Genesis 8 version of this. I still have to do the body morphs. I kind of meant to do that today, but I got behind on getting the Cyber Neon submitted. I just got that done this morning. Let's see if I can knock out the morphs either tonight or tomorrow. Do the special morphs. Maybe we'll get most of the textures done on stream, and then maybe I can start getting it promoted. So we'll see. I have to do a little. We have to do a little bit of rigging. We'll do that first, right off the bat here. And right now it's all in one piece. And this could almost work. So if I bend that, I think that the way I've got that shoulder set up, I don't really need to do. And this is going to be deforced. So I'm not going to be overly psychotic about whether or not. This I'm going to clean up. I don't know if I clean it. Invariably, we get something like that. So we're going to touch that up. And I'm going to do that also on the Genesis 8 version. That's pretty much most of the stuff I have to do with the rigging. We'll activate the weight maps for that. We'll come over here and I'm going to expand that out so I can find this left thigh. Bend. Tools. We've got the weight brush up. We'll select general weights and I'm just going to smooth that out a little bit. I'm going to adjust the size of this here. I'm going to pull you out a little bit more so we can get a little bit more space over there. I'm going to make that 30 and 50 so that my brush looks kind of like that. Activate the smooth. And I'm just going to smooth that until it comes down a little bit. Probably good enough. So for the most part, you can use this as if it's without simulating, but it's designed to be simulated. So if you pose it and it doesn't look good, and you didn't simulate it, sorry, dude. Don't complain to me about that. All right, let's Shift Y. We're going to swap right and left. We're going to come over here to the right thigh bend. See, that's not too bad. I'm still going to smooth that out just a little bit more. Probably good. So that's mostly fine. I'm just going to resave this. Actually, let's reset you. And, oh, you're not... You know what? That doesn't make any difference, but it keeps bothering me, so I'm going to change it. This should be CC09, G8 female. But I'm not saving this. I'm going to break this into two parts, top and bottom, later on. All right, where are we? We're in CyberNeon. You are in the CC folder. In CC Basics 09. And people, and Genesis 8, and clothing, and me, and outfit, and I'm just going to overwrite that. Should be good. We're going to save this again after we do the textures and figure out what I want to use for the hero texture. But I think this is all good to go. All right, we'll hide you. Actually, we'll hide you. And we'll do this for the 9. We'll just do a quick check of the shoulders. And I'm just doing one shoulder. I'm hoping the other shoulder looks fine. And you know what? I'm going to dial you in to the female shape to start with. Because that's the one we're really concerned with, whether or not it looks good. I know I got that little crease in there. I kind of like it, though. It makes it look a little unique. So it's designed to be D4, so it should shrink up a little bit, suck down onto the form just a bit. So that's what we want that to do. Let's take a look at how the shoulder's looking. You know what? That's kind of what I'm expecting. See those get pinched in there? I could make that better. Dang it, I think I will make it. And I probably will touch up the other one too then. Okay, weight map. I'm going to change the name of that to say 9. I originally saved these when I forgot about 2 of the last CC Basics I sold. Shift X. We are looking for probably these here. So that's the right shoulder, but these are probably the things that actually have the weight maps on them. That right there. Oh, I'm on the other shoulder. I'm on the left shoulder. I want that. So I'm just going to smooth that out. See, it makes it a little nicer and a little thicker by getting that weight map more evenly smoothed across. That's probably fun. I should have, what about you? I don't even see you. Okay. I'm going to swap the pose, go over to the right side, just smooth that out a little bit. Call that good. I'm getting a little weird pop in there, but I'm not. But you know, the The smoothing modifier on here is taking care of that for me. And I think on this mesh smoothing, I just have it set to base shape instead of generic, because that's a pretty tight outfit, so that's probably good. Just reset you back. All right, we'll check the legs. Kind of the same thing we did with Genesis 8. I'm just going to pop in there and smooth that down a little bit. And we are looking at the left thigh, but this actually has no weight maps on the actual part here. The weight maps are actually down in here on these ghost bones. I don't know if you call them ghost bones anymore or not. It's back in the old days. And I don't even see that one. So that's probably fine. We'll just swap the pose to the other side. We'll pop over here to that side, and we'll just smooth that out. If I wanted to smooth that out with a morph, we could touch that up. I don't know if I really... That's probably fine. I'll reset that, and then I'm going to resave this. And we don't want to overwrite that one, because that's the Genesis 8. We'll overwrite this one, Genesis 9. Say yes to that. That all looks good. Okay, so we got the basic texture set up. We finished the displacement map, and we started the basic texture. We're gonna tweak the displacement map a little bit with the height map. I'm just gonna blend it in a little bit onto the displacement map. Also, I think I got the lace textures kind of set up, so we'll do that. There's the parts on the outside of the cup that are lace, and then I'm also going to have an option to make most of the outfit lace. Although I think I'm going to put a little bit of a cover in the crotch, which I didn't model in, so I'm going to just do that with the texture. Anyhow, Substance Painter. And we got all the stitching set up. I think I did that on stream on Thursday. So the stitching's all lined up, ready to go. I just have to mask out and set up the metals. So we're going to need Photoshop for that. So there is the CC Basics 09 in my whip folder. And I can't see chat anymore. Not that anybody says anything. So there we go. Yeah, so you see I can kind of have, I sort of have this synthetic lace in here, which I'm mostly going to use for the opacity and the bump with the lace version. Oh yeah, I also got in and added wrinkles after stream. So that's going to be saved out with the normal map. So that'll just give us a little extra. This is going to be lace in all versions. Just the color trim, I just mentioned that earlier. So what I need right now is the mask for the metals. So we need Photoshop for that. And I think this was it right here. CC09 UVs. That's the Photoshop file that we were setting everything up in. And what I'm looking for is there's just these parts right in here. So I just have to kind of set up mask for that I can use in Substance Painter. You know what? I probably should just select them. What do I got going on here? I'm going to hide that. I'm going to bring you up. I'm going to select these, fill them in, and clean them up. You see that's blending through. Actually, I still have this in my PowerPoint. I do. This is what I need. I need one of these and I need one of these. I'm just going to line these up and use them as masks. We'll just do this one first. You came in black. Oh, I know. I didn't. I just selected the background box. I need that too. Actually, I only need that, except it's going to come in with a fill. So we're just going to copy both of those. There we go. That's what we need. I'm going to set you to screen for right now, because I just need to be able to see what I'm doing, and the black's in the way. So we set you to screen. We're going to set this back to normal in a little while. And I'm just going to line this up on top of that, and that'll give me my metal mask. Phone made a noise. Nothing. So that gets kind of lined up like so. I might make this, and then we just kind of, oh, don't hold the, is that right? Right about there. I think that's going to be good. If I do this, yeah, that's fine. Then we can, I almost shift D. I don't think that works here, does it? No. We'll just duplicate layers. And just kind of line that up. And then I'm just going to duplicate this layer. So I need this all the way over on the other side. It's kind of tedious, but it really makes the hardware look like it's modeled in. And then duplicate that. Nope, not delete. Duplicate. And then we're just going to line you up here. Does that look good? Somewhere like that. I think this is good. I'm going to merge these. I'm going to duplicate those. And I'm just going to screen this on top of that to just kind of make it a little stronger on the edges. There we go. That kind of pops the edges. All right, now we're going to do kind of the same thing. Can I just merge you two together and keep that? That's probably good. And we're going to put this over black, and this will just be a metal mask. And then I need, where are you? There they are. Then I need to just mask these. And the only place you see the metal is just right here on the ends. So we'll just come over here and grab this thing. You need to be turned sideways, though. Like that. There we go. I'll set you to multiple, or set you to screen. So we're just then kind of just lining you up. I think I need just a little more. Pretty close. I'm gonna do that. Probably good. Then I just need duplicate layer. Just need to do this a couple more times for the other two. Duplicate layer. And then I'm just going to kind of do what I did before. Merge these all together. Make a copy. Screen that on there. Just add a little bit extra to the edges. Okay, those are good. So we're going to grab you guys and merge. And when I merge it, the screen goes off and goes back to normal. All right, duplicate you. Set you to screen. Just pop that a little bit more. I'm just going to merge these. And then we're just going to group these together, and this is going to be metal mask. New group from layers. There we go. And if I hide that, that's my metal mask right there. The white, all the whites are the metallic parts, which are just the hardware on the back. I think we're good. How big are you? I think it's 8K. I'm just going to file save as a copy file. Save as a copy. So we're right here in the WIP folder, and I'm going to save you as a, you know, I'm going to do PNG. And I think this is probably 8K, but that's fine. We're only using this in Substance, which may slow Substance down a bit, but we'll see. So we're ready. I'm going to say brass. I'm just going to do brass and steel, and we're just going to change those depending. Actually, I'm just going to do brass and then change the color, I think is what we're going to do. So there we go. We got our brass in here. Boom. It's kind of pretty. But we're going to mask that. So we're going to put a black mask on here. I'm going to add a paint layer onto that so I can then bring this mask into here. File, import resources, add resource. We are in documents. We don't want to be in documents. We want to go, I guess we'll go to projects. CC basics 9 WIP, and I think that's it right there. I saved as a copy. Yep. And I'm going to say, so I can find it later, you are going to be an alpha mask. I'm just going to leave that with this project. I don't need it for anything else, but I don't want it just for the session. I want it so that it opens with the project every time. Import that. I put a paint layer in here. I didn't want that. I wanted a fill layer. There we go. And what I want is just to use you as a mask. And then we should be able to just see that on the back here. So I have to touch these up a little bit with the mapping. Actually, I can use this to adjust these height maps. I want this to be used as a height map. I could just set up a separate, and then I can mask it, and then I can adjust the height. Is that how it works? And do we have an opacity map in here for this? I'm doing the opacity map with something else, though, so I'm not really concerned about that. We're blending. I think I blended this in with the other one. Is what we're doing. I don't know if I did that or not yet, but I'm going to have to do that a couple times. For the base texture and then the lace texture. It needs two separate. And also we're going to do separate height and normal maps for those. But I need to punch this into my height map. and then add it into the normal map. So let's take a look at my height map. So I'm going to load in a paint layer for this. I'm going to leave color in here, but what I really want is, can I just mask you? I can. I can do a matte. I can do a black mask. And we'll do the same thing. We'll add the fill layer. And I'll just put that on there. And I'm just going to come back over to here so I can watch this. So back into here. You should. See, we can see the color on that. I'm not going to keep the color, but what I really want is the height map on that. So we're going to say height, and I'm just going to tweak so it punches up like so. And we're going to adjust the height to not be this blendy thing, but just to be a normal on top. And then we're going to see, you're still acting like a blendy thing. Oh, it's because there's a normal map in there too. So we're going to add a normal filter in here, or a filter that'll convert height to normal. Add filter. That one right there, height to normal. I'm not seeing it. Let's take a look at normal. Why am I not seeing? Let's take a look at height. I can see that there. I can kind of see that there. Maybe if I just punch this up a bit. There we go. I'm going to get you in there. And then let's see. To have my height the normal. I think what I need to do is maybe tweak the normal to be normal. I can kind of see it, but not quite. Why am I not seeing you popping better? You don't seem to be doing anything. Let's try this again. I actually don't need the base color. I'm just going to be obnoxious with the height for right now. So we can see our height map. I can see part of the normal map blending in though, right? Add filter. I might need a little bit of black edge on that. Although it should still height to normal. Okay, we did it to height to normal, right? And I'm just not seeing this in the normal map. Dum 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 dum. Why, you know? Is that what part of my problem is? I never know what to do with this. What are you? Why do you not say normal? Normal, normal. I should actually see something, right? I think part of it is, no, it should be, maybe, oh, it's because, it's probably because it's masked a little bit. So if I did that, I think maybe if I make the mask a little bit, or if I just use, you know what, I have an idea. I'm gonna drop the, I'm gonna remove the, oh, I deleted the whole thing. All right, so let's redo this. Boop. I'm just gonna do a height map. I'm just gonna use this as the height map. So it's gonna do that. I'm going to, maybe if I just screen that. Oh, I just screened the normal map. Never mind. Let's screen the height map. That's better. And then I can just go back to normal, switch over here to normal, put the height to normal on here. Add filter. There we go. I got that. Oh, it's kind of blending in though. Adjust that. So I do want to mask these off. I think I have to make the mask just a little bit wider for this. So I get a little bit of the black on the edge. And then the normal map can kind of blend in better. That's what I'm thinking. So back over into here. We're just going to duplicate. Control A, Control Shift C. Let's try that again. Control V. I'm going to blur and then adjust. I want to get this just a little wider. So I think I can do that with a filter. Where's my blurs? There it is, blur, Gaussian blur, and then Control M. And what I want to do is I want to take the white point and bring it so that this actually kind of makes it a little wider. And let's see how this works. File, save as a copy, JPEG, or I was using PNGs, wasn't it? And this will be height mask. Let's try that. Okie dokie. Now I think I can put a black mask on here and improve this. Dum 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 dum. Nope, wrong thing. Right there. Add a black mask. Yay. Add a paint. Add a fill layer. Yay. Let's load that in. File. Import resource. Add resource. Height mask. Do that. I keep forgetting it doesn't put height mask. I'm going to call you an alpha. Import that. I'm going to plop you right into there. That works better. And then I'm going to tweak. I can tweak these to be better. So my height map is set to, if I set that to normal, and my normal map's looking weird. If I set the normal to normal, that's better. That's what I actually wanted to do. Um, Although I'm going to make you a little smaller. Like that. I think that's what I wanted. There we go. Now I got my normal map working the way I want it to work. So this is the base. I need to tweak that for the lace. So I need to set this up. Which ones are you? These are wrinkles. We'll do that. Abby. Abby something. That's right. That freaking Abby normal. What are you? You are the edge lace. Now I have to set you up so that you work as a height map. I got you as a height map, but you're not doing anything with the normal map. So we're going to get you. So we're going to add the filter for that. Height to normal. There we go. The default is always this crazy. Height depth, 16 centimeters. What the hell? We're going to make that 2 millimeters. That gives my lace a nice little depth to it too. I like that. Let's check our opacity. All right, I need to lace the work with the opacity map now. So come back here to lace edge. And did I just need to do you? Like that? That didn't seem to do anything because I didn't paint it in with an opacity. I have to bring this and blend it in with an opacity map. I have a trick for that. I think I did this without. Why did you not have an opacity when I painted you? We can work on this. You do have a color though, and if I do I'm gonna just put a black layer right behind it. And you did have a color. Why am I not seeing you in the color? Are you just a height map? Hey, Chris, before I forget, you have to work again in the morning. Okay. Makes sense, Charles. Anytime you can spend with us, it's always a pleasure, man. Why did you... Did I just have to redraw you? Did I draw you without... I'm going to try to duplicate this layer and see if we can redo it. I'm going to turn that away for a second. I'm going to do the paintbrush. We're going to come over here to brushes, turn that off. I think I'm looking for here, let me say lace. That's one right there, this bridal lace. So I'm going to try to maybe redo the bridal lace. Because apparently I did do you with opacity. Wow. I did do you with opacity all the way down. Wow. Why did you not show up with opacity? Because I need something blocking the opacity in the back. That's what I think it is. Oh, there it is. Okay. Oh, I know what I need to do. I just need to make this black back here. Because there's another layer back in here that's blending it in. So I'm just going to add a... Nope, I want to do a black mask with a color selector. And I want it to be that color. And that way it'll look like that. Yay! we're good to go. I probably should run a little bit of black on here. Oh, you're kind of crooked. I should redo these. I think, because if I look over here, yeah, I got this weird gap. I kind of like, so we're redoing this layer anyhow. So, see if I can get these to be maybe a bit larger. And I need the color to be black, to be red. I'm going to do it like that. That looks good. My only real problem is getting this lined up. Just so that works. Although I'm not, you know what I forgot to do is I forgot to set it to just work on UVs instead of tangent wrap. We'll fix that. And now let's see. And as I just run you through there, beautiful. And if I just run you through like that, it's upside down. That missed. Let's try this again. There, I can see my line right underneath where it needs to be. I like that. You know, we're doing it in red because we're going to use that hue and saturation filter on here. That's too high. No, that worked. God damn it. Yep, I like that. And then we do one more. And am I doing... And did I do height on this? I did not. I need a height map on that. So I got to redo all of these. Boy. So I'm going to hide you. And then I'm going to redo, this time I'm going to add the height map to this. And then I got the opacity on, and I got my obnoxious red color. Okay, we're good to go. Let's try this again. Perfect. Is good. We'll put a height to normal map on here. I like. Oops. All right, I think we're good with these. And now I can just use the color shading thing if I have to. So we're going to put a couple of filters on here. So we're going to add our height. Our height to normal filter. So that, we're going to pop you back down to like that. And I'm also going to put a hue and saturation lightness filter on here. So we can tweak the color. And then we come back into here. All right. Now, how do I want to set up these colors? I may not even need the colors on here. I might just do... We're getting there. We're about ready to do the laces. And then we have the... So that I'm going to get rid of. And you're going to become lace edges. And we have the, where's the other lace? Let's get you synthetic lace. I'm going to pull you guys closer together. And that's going to do that. And you know what? I think I'm going to just switch. What color are you? I'm not using the color on here. I'm just using the height and the normal and the opacity. So you know what? For this, I'm not going to use the color. Actually, so yeah, turn the color off. It's still red. Maybe I'll just, I think I have to erase the color. You know what? I think we'll do that. I'm probably going to regret this. Here, let me make sure I've got a save. Let's come in here, lace edges. Let's use the eraser tool. By default, it only does color. So this is the one time where I don't have to tweak that. I'm going to switch you to UVs. And I'm going to adjust you like that. We're just going to erase these colors out of here. I have something left over from somewhere else. Oh, oh no, that's the bump maps. Never mind. Oh, hold on a second. All right, I'm coming back. All right, are we good? Oh no, my thing, did it freeze? Oh, there I am. Oh, that's YouTube. I got crazy ass latency on YouTube. I think this is good. That is my material. You know what? You're coming in with a color, aren't you? Yeah, I don't need that. There we go. That's good. All right, and then I'm gonna come over here and clean that up. So I think we're good. My synthetic lace, my laces. I think we're good to start. So we're gonna save out height and a normal map with this settings. So let's do, I'm going to call this the lace version. And right now I just want the height and normal maps, I think. And the opacity map should be good. Let's take a look at opacity. Okay, synthetic, you go are not working right. Why does lace edge opacity janked? Why are you black? Because of the hue and saturation. Oh, I got the C eraser tool. God damn it. Yeah, I had the opacity down. Oh no, it painted in the opacity as black, didn't it? Dang it. Can I just invert? Um, and I'm not getting opacity because I need a backing black synthetic lace. I should have the, there we go. That's good. I just need to fix this. I think maybe if I just do an invert, if we just throw an invert filter on there, if there's such a thing, let's find out. I spell invert with an I. How about the rest of you? There we go. I just needed to touch up the opacity map. I think that'll be good. I think we're good. I think we're good. Let's take a look at our normal map. Looks fine, I think. We're getting our nice bumpies on those. Let's just double check our height map. I think that'll be fine. These are going to really pop up. That'll be fine. It'll be fine. All right, let's try this. Control-Shift-E. I am going to just use the 6 channel at 4K. We'll do that. Export. Although I do want a height map at 8K. We'll do that in a second. I want to use that to kind of blend into the... Oh no, I didn't... Oh no, CC09. We're good. Oh, that's just garbage left over, isn't it? Dang it. I have to kind of... I basically have to reboot the computer because that got hung. I need a metallicity map. Oh, wait. I should have... Let's see if we can spot metallicity. There it is. There it is. I see him. It looks black, but that's fine. In the normal map, I see something there. Got my roughness map. The ones I want right now are... I need the height, the opacity, and these. I'm going to rename these 3. They're going to become lace. And then... And that's fine. That's a base color map. I'm going to probably make that lighter for white. Rename. Rename with Power Renamer. There. Hey, Farrell, how are you? Someone tell me about it. I don't know if we're going to hit 60 today. Happy summer. Of course, if it gets... No. How are you doing today, Farrell? You know, Charles didn't do the...
This is Sparta!
And the Farrell command. I don't know, did that work? It did. All right, what are we doing here? It's that damn high sitting over... Oh no, it moved the jet stream north. Damn you, high, moving the jet stream north. I'm renaming these. That's what I was in the middle of. It does. My brain just doesn't put those letters together naturally. Okay, so we're going to change CC09 for CC09 lace. So those are good. I like that. Okay, that. I'm going to change. These are good. I'm going to change. I'm going to just change that. Also, I need the base versions. So back into here. And the base version is just basically the same thing, except without the synthetic lace on. We're still going to have the lace trim. And then I'm going to do that. And I need to... And what's giving me color? That's giving me color. I'm going to call you color. And you're going to be... Actually, we're going to call you white. I'm going to punch that white up. That really tends to blow colors out with the default settings. But that's just looking too dark for me. So I'm just going to take you up here and then just whine about Daz later. All right, Control-Shift-E. Export. Oh, those pants he has to make. It would appear unless you buy a pet. You have to make your own. You found two drawings. Which pants were those again? I've already forgotten. I'm sorry. All right, open. I got to refresh. This is good. I'm going to copy these and move them. We're going to come looking over. Chris just needs a new Explorer window. Okay, projects. C basics. Oh, harem pants, but the crotch ankle comes down to the ankles. To the ankles, not just the knees? I don't actually, I probably don't need a pattern for that. It's basically, so you're going to have a waist, you're going to have a really wide square. I'm going to have areas down here that'll sew into the cuffs, and then we just come up really low and then just sew that, and it probably will fall just fine. I have that pair of Bruce Lee pants I made too. I was thinking maybe I was thinking a ninja suit. Where are we? We're over here. CC Basics 09. So I'm going to put this stuff down in here. And I already have these in here. My displacement's good. We're going to overwrite the opacity, I think. Should be good. Did I overwrite this opacity? Did I want that opacity? I did actually want that opacity. Because I'm going to blend that into that and this. Why are those different? Did I just misspell opacity? Probably. Let's open you with open with Photoshop. How big are you? Image size. You are 8K. I don't want my opacity. I don't want my opacity to be 8K. Image size. 4096. Makes the waist too thick. Oh, you mean I gotta taper the waist in? Is that what you're saying? We can taper the waist in. I can do I can like do normal pants and add the extra material where I need it. I don't think I really need a pattern for that. All right, I'm going to do that. I'm going to drag this into there. I think I can just multiply this. I multiplied the wrong thing. I think I could just multiply this. Gives me that. I should be able to just save this then. No, we can just merge. I'm going to overwrite the save as. I'm going to overwrite that. And now we'll just add the other lace in here. And I'm just going to multiply that. So we get this. Still have those are looking good. All right, let's merge these and save over that. File, save as. Lace opacity. Yeah, we'll try that. Okay, these are good to go. Although I might have to touch up this. That looks a little janky. It's probably going to give me a little weird. So you know what? We're just going to plop. Like that and like that. Okay, EDM to pattern pick. Like that. Like so. I wonder if I need to tweak that a little bit. We'll see what it looks like. I have the sneaking suspicion that shouldn't be blended out like that. File, save as a copy. I think you're the lace. All right, did I save the white? I did. Let's set up our textures in here and see how we're looking. I need to be over here. I'm going to pop into here. Let's do the surfaces. Do I have you set up with my base? That looks good. Take you. Did I save a white? I did. Did I call you white? Nope. I have something called base color in here. I thought I changed you. You're probably left over from the other day, aren't you? Anyhow, let's there's our metallicity. This is just for that little hardware in the back. Up next is base color. I'm just gonna drag you in. You don't look like the right one though. We're gonna do the base one with this for the opacity map, which is down here, cutout opacity. I need my displacement strength to be this. I'm going to set you to, I think, 0.3. Actually, we played with that. Yeah, I do have to tweak my opacity map a little bit. And I do have some goofiness going on with that edge right there. I think for the most part, I just kind of have to add a little bit of white around the outside of everything. Except for this. And then I'll just blend those two together. It might just be blending too. Anyhow, where is my displacement? I got my displacement map in here. You know what? I was playing with that before and we settled on 1.3. I'm going to say 7 on that. I need my height map in here. This is the base one, so we'll use that right there. And this is the base normal, so I'm going to just put you right there. Let's take a look at how you're looking. And do I have color on the hardware back here? I don't think so, because I don't think that was the color map I just made. So let's control R that, see how things are looking. That's not too bad. My normal map isn't showing up as well as I would have expected. Well, I see a little bit in here. I see some here. I should see more in here. You got a package. The package should arrive. Is this computer hardware or something else? See, I can see yeah, it's looking fine. I'm going to tweak the opacity map a little bit on all of these except for this. Something else. Okay. Let's tweak opacity map. Are you my Photoshop? You're my Photoshop. I don't want to tweak the opacity map on the straps. I'm going to leave those, except I think, are you guys stretched out? I think you're fine. I'm thinking, I need to blend. As for the shirt that goes with, it's extremely simple, so you can make it yourself. I need my template in here, and my template's too big. Let's make it small, and then I can work on it. Dum, 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 dum. And then I need, the areas I really need to stay black are around here, and around here, and around these. Let's come over here to the templates. Are you at like 8K, right? You're 8K. Let's open you with Photoshop. Let's shrink that down. Image size. God damn it, it's got the cropping tool popped up by default. Image size 4096. Control, damn it. AC. I want you in here. You did not line up right. You're still not lining up right because you're goofy AF. God damn you and the cropping tool. Stop it. I'm going to put little dots in the corners to help line this up. There we go. Gonna do that. I'm going to expand this by 1. Select, modify, expand 1. Okay. I'm going to come up here, new layer, fill like so. And then I'm going to just clean up a couple of spots on that. Control D, and then I just need the eraser tool. And I want you to be a little bit larger. And I just want clean through there. clean through there. I want to make sure that these are clear in here. That one just needs to be. Those will be good. I need to do a little cloning to get this pattern over here a little bit more. We'll just do that right here. Clone tool. Make you bigger. Line you up on that. I should actually mask some stuff off here. Kind of like that. And then I can use the clone tool, I think. Are you not lining up right? You line up right there. I should put you on another layer and then clean you up. That's what we need to do. New layer. Okay. Control D. Do that. Now I can just erase off the part I don't need on this. Probably good. I still need to. Is this the black? Was I just painting black in here? I guess so. God damn it, switch back to white. Stop that. I'm erasing, that's what my problem is. Damn it. Did I not? I'm in my freaking clone layer. Dag nabbit. What is going on here? You suck at texture, so once modeling you can give. So once model, I can give it to you and you can then pants and top as a set. I'm not sure I'm following you. And I'm totally have confused myself here. Was I painting? Oh, I was erasing off of this layer here. That's what I was doing. So I just kind of want you down in here. You. Oh, you painted in really light. Let's try this again. I'll come back to that. We'll finish my erasing. That's probably should be good. I always lose these center. There they are. So for these, I just need to add a little bit extra on the outside just to make sure I don't get any weird little white lines on them. And I think that should be, and then I have to set up a couple of opacity maps using this as the template. Can you not see the post you made saying after I would give it to you, basically you can sell the set? Oh, I can sell the set. Okay, that's it. I wasn't sure. It wasn't quite parsing in my brain. You suck at texture, so once model I can give to you, and you can then them pants and sell at top as a set. Okay, I'm following that now. The only thing I need to do is I want to fix that. I don't need you. I need a new layer here. I just closed my freaking layers. God damn it. Which one of these layers? There's layers. That one right there. I clicked on the wrong thing. New layer. Okay. Clone brush. I'm going to come in here. I'm going to touch the center of that. I'm going to come up to here. I'm going to line that up. Could not use clone stab tool because target layer is hidden. I meant to be on that layer there. Sorry. Oh, let's redo this. God damn it. Okay, click on that. Oops. Click on that. Come up to here. Line that up right there. You did not, because your opacity is set to 11. What the frick? There's my problem. Now I've got this stupid, so I'm going to undo. So I'm going to click on you. Crying out loud. New layer. Okay. Opacity is start there. Line that up. Right there. And I pasted on the wrong layer again. And now I seem to be... I'm having the hardest time cloning today. Just, let's try this again. Okay, I'm on here. I hold this. I'm going to basically paint off of that. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to just line that up like so. You know what it is? I've got this blurry ass edge to it. I think that's what's kind of getting in my way. Okay, that's better. And now I'm just going to erase the stuff that I don't need on that. I think that'll be good. Okay, that should fix that issue. Control, let's save you. File, save as a copy. I'm going to overwrite that one right there. And then what I need to do is bring in the other one. I think this one right here. I'm not lined up. Let's try that again. That's what I wanted it to do. And then this should be the base opacity. All right, I think we're good. Nope, that's the wrong one. I want to overwrite you. And okay that, and come back over into here. All right, let's take a look at how you're looking. All right, that looks better. I'm not seeing these weird. I wasn't seeing them rendering, but I was seeing these weird seams from the opacity map. So it's just a little. That just looks cleaner, is what we're doing. All right, let me get my color in here. I thought I had my color map. You know what? Is my color map on top of my brass polished? Why am I not seeing brass polish? Is really not very. That's probably a Control Shift E. Let's just send out the color map by itself so I know what I'm doing. Let's pop over to the export folder. So that's going to be the white, and let's take a look and see if I can actually see the color on that. It's not very, but that'll be fine. So we're going to change you to say white. Do I want to actually try something different? Say no, I'm going to say base color underscore white. We'll do it that way today. Back over to here, cut you over to here, get rid of that. The dash should wind now because I just deleted the map it was using. See? Hey, my map's missing, bro. Okay, base color white. There we go. Boom. And let's see how this works. What are we at? An hour and a half in, and I've got textures going. Somebody's running power tools in the background. I don't know if you can hear that or not. There it goes. Oh, you're running so slow. I've got too much stuff going on, so it's not using the VRAM. I think those are fine. I think that looks good. I'm going to stop that. All right, we're going to... Let's save you as a map file. Actually, I don't want to use this. I'm gonna hide this. Actually, let's export out these two. It's one thing. What am I saying? Export you. Cancel. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do file new. I'm going to close DAS and reopen it. And then we're going to rebuild from there. So I'm happy with the direction. Now we can start setting up the colors and the laces. Would you like to save current scene before closing? I'm going to say no. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to save that and close it because I think I'm good. Nope. Yes. All right. I think Dad's just finally shut down. I clicked too fast. It's still shutting the database down. I should have known not to do that. Let's try it now. There we go. If at first you don't daz, daz again. Close that. I was going to do like 9 textures with this, maybe 10. Let's do 10. Let's do. Well, I mean, we're going to do black and white. We'll start setting these up. So, and do I want to do this? Does this brass come with a color? It doesn't. So I might not use. And then I need a norm. I have a metallicity map. I need a rough. I got a roughness map. So I just need colors. Did you open up Daz? There's Daz. Okay, let's come back into here. I am totally okay. So I'm gonna just load that in. We're just gonna save this out and reload it as an OBJ. And then I'm going to use that for making map files with, because that way it doesn't have the UV pointers associated with it, and also won't have the simulation settings in it, so it's a little easier to work with that way. There we go. There, and there. And it's going to be CC09 math. And I'm just going to accept that. Close you. Let's see what we've got when we import it. CC basics 09 whip, and I want that right there. So surfaces, are my surfaces looking good? Surfaces are looking good. Oh, and I forgot to read. Oh, you should have another computer. Yay! The one from your neighbor paid for the SSD a couple days ago. Basically, just needs to get all the drivers in place. Huzzah! Does that mean you're going to stream again? And I know you said that like days ago. You might not even be here anymore. Let's put on the generic shader. That one right there. Okay, let's set this up for the base. Again, yeah, I know. So displacement map goes over here. I can't reach my displacement map. It's too far away. There we go. Displacement map is going to go in here. And I'm going to set you up to sublevel of 6. Okay, metallicity map. There. Got my base color white. We're gonna start with the white. I don't think this will be the hero texture, but we'll see. I never like white as a hero texture. It just, like I said, Daz really, by default, blows light colors out. You have to kind of know what you're doing to get them not to look crappy. And so usually I won't make that a hero color. What happened to the opacity map I just saved? Did I not save you? Did I go to all that trouble and then I forgot to save it? Damn it. I did save it to the Photoshop file, so I did have the foresight to do that. Yeah, but where did it get that? Did I just make you a little wider or something? Where did you go? Oh no! That one right there. Did I not save you? I could have sworn file, save as a copy. I could have sworn I did this. I must have stuck it in here by accident. I did save it. Frickin' Daz. Frickin' Daz. You know what it is? You are saved there. Well, what is... Actually, well, what do you think? Did you just not refresh? Is that what it is? You didn't refresh. Oh, that's why I'm confused. Dang it. My computer goes through these phases where it stops refacing directories. I will go and I will fix it, and then it will just go back and break itself again. So I'm going to cancel that. I don't need Photoshop open. It was there the whole time. All right, there's the opacity map. Did I get the roughness map in here? I did not. I got the bump maps. I got the base color, metallicity. We are using 7 maps in here. Let's go ahead and save this as over here. CC09 white. I'll do that. Then we're going to set up a file that'll just apply the lace materials. Yeah, and we'll just double check, uncheck. So we don't have any simulation settings in here. Yay. Now we're just going to impatiently wait while Daz slowly saves. I'm going to shut down the database in a minute here. The content management system. That's what's slowing this down. The fast part is saving the file, saving the material settings. The slow part is updating the database. And that's probably a factor of how much content I have installed. So other people may not get that problem like I do. It will have simulation settings. I just don't save the simulation settings with the material file. Those are saved in separate material files just for the DForce presets. So, it's a DForced item, Charles. Don't worry. You'll still get a chance to blow it up. Okay, I'm going to do something. We're going to save a couple of mats. One's going to be opacity default, and then we're going to do an opacity lace. So for that, let me come in here. I'm going to select all of these. I'm going to put a special shader on here. So what I can do is, this basically says everything is not modified. And then when I add the effects I want, I can just only save those parts. So for the lace, we're just going to do a lace normal for that. Oops, now I can't find anything. Unfortunately, this isn't collapsed. So that goes there. I have a lace height map. I'm going to put that right in there. We have our lace opacity. That goes right there. So that's the one for the lace. So I'm just going to Actually, I didn't set here. Let's shut down the CMS first before I forget about it. Go to Smart Content. Stop CMS. There we go. I'm going to say Smart because that's the one that doesn't crash things generally. Oh, I want to tweak a little bit on that map. I want a little bit of a, I don't want it to be actually transparent right at the bottom of the crotch. We'll tweak that. All right, this is good. I'm ready to save this as lace. Opacity lace. There we go. Material preset. So this is going to be CC0900 opacity. You put 00 so it shows up at the beginning. Lace. Going to do that. And we're only going to have it check only the modifieds. So only the things that we have made changes to, we've only done it, will get saved. And this way it can work with the other shaders without having to redo the colors and everything else. So that went fast. Now we're going to set this back to the default lace, or the default setting. So I'm just going to put the regular bump map, height map in here. The regular normal map. And the regular opacity. And we're going to call that opacity default. As a material preset. And I'm just going to click on that and say default. And then we just check all modified only. So the rest of this is good, and we can see we don't have anything checked in simulation settings. Excellent. All right, is good. So now I can put that on. So that's the white setting, and then we can just quickly apply the lace or put the default back on. Yay! I want to tweak this, so I am going to open up Photoshop and just to change the opacity on this a little bit. And then what are we going to do? Colors. And I still want to do the dirty versions. We'll do those too. I'm going to set that up as an LIE. Photoshop. Where's my Photoshop? Okay, file, open, lace opacity. Okay, turn you off. That becomes here. And then I just want to figure out where I'm going to put, it goes over here. Let's put you on for a second so I can kind of figure out where this, and I'm just going to put a big, we'll see how it lines up. You know what? I'm just going to throw that in here and see what it looks like. Did I put a new layer in here? I did not. Let's go ahead and put a new layer right here. Let's switch you, do a paint, make you big. And I'm just going to kind of, maybe I want it right about there. Let's see how that looks. Save as a copy. JPEG. Overwrite that. We'll see how this works. Hop back over to Daz and reapply that. And you know, that's about where I want it. That'll work. Do I want to put a little in the back? Maybe just a little. Save as a copy. Overwrite that. Yeah, I think that'll be fine. All right. So that's done. How are you looking when I render you with the white? Yeah, that looks good. I like that. I'm going to live with that. Let's I have Photoshop still open? I do. All right, I'm going to close Photoshop again. Yes, that goes away. All right, now we're going to do colors. Okay, where's my white? White is right there. So it's a Control D. I need a black. I need a pink. I need a nude. That's 4. I want 2 more. Maybe a yellow and a light blue. What do you do I want to do a gold and a silver? That means I would need another metallicity and a roughness map. Yeah, we'll do that. Where am I? Yellow. Um, 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 um. What else did I? Nude. Is that what I said? Which is basically just a beige or a tan. I don't know. I'm going to go shopping for underwear at Amazon. I'm over on screen too where you can't see me. Amazon.com. Let me just make sure to log out of my Amazon account just in case. Your account, sign out. There we go. All right, back to Amazon. We are looking at bralettes is actually what this is. I think I can show most of these. I'm going to zero in on one that's. See, this is kind of, except not lacy. Can I say lace bralette? You know, Amazon usually doesn't show stuff that you can't show on stream. So I think I can just kind of pull that on and hope for the best. Lifting colors and patterns. We're actually just kind of looking at color styles. Cream. We want a cream. That's right. There's a lot in here. Lavender. There we go. Cream. I got nude and lavender. I'm not going to do a cream. Actually, you know the yellow is going to be a cream. And we'll do lavender. Okay, and then I think maybe I'll do a gold and a silver. There's a metallic leather. that I'm looking for. That's metallized lambskin. That's what we want. And actually, there's a silver version of that as well. We'll drop these in here. These are going to change the, so I'm going to need metallicity, metallic, and roughness maps just for these two. Let's bring you down, 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 down. I'm going to put you right above the colors. Right there. And I'm going to save this. Do I have the, which lace? I had the synthetic lace off, so this is what I want to save. Synthetic laces. So I just really need a color, metallicity, and a roughness map for this one. Control Shift E. I'm just going to go, do I have a 3? Is that what my 3 is? 3 channels. I don't know. Let's find out. This is the silver. Do we have the export folder open? I do, but it's not refreshing today. This is the base color. So that's going to be silver. This is going to be metallic, metallic, and that's going to be metallic roughness. And this will be metallic base color silver. That's going to be metallic, metallic. Metallic, metallic. That's going to be metallic roughness. Excellent. Turn that off. Then I just need this color. So now we'll just knock these colors out. So that gives me 8. And then if I do 4 more, that's 12. So I want to do 4 patterns. Something, you know what? Probably florals, maybe a cherry, possibly 2 florals, a rose, something yellow, maybe black with cherries, and maybe a green tropical, just because I like green tropicals. Base color, there we go. Export that. Comes over to here, pop over here, look into here. There it is. That's going to be metallic gold. So those are, nope, that was going to be metallic base color gold. That's why I'm doing it today. There we go. All right, those are good. Oh no, error during export. I got a map. I'm not going to worry about it. I probably screwed something up while it was finishing. So I don't need those. We're good. All right. Let's hide these. I'm going to use screen 2 to kind of come up with colors that we're going to use. Anyway, black's easy to do because that's just basically almost black, but not quite. Control Shift E. I'm going to go ahead and leave. I'm just going to use the brass for all my metals, I think. All right. That's base color black. Okay, white and black are done. Pink, I'm going to just eyeball out the pink. I'm going to look up a cream nude and lavender online to get those. But, you know, I can do pink without having to go search for it. I'm going to do that for my pink. It's locked. I'm not getting my good refreshes anymore. Okay, pink. All right, that's good. Yeah, we'll do this. Nude color. Oops. All right, we're good. I actually am going to put this over the screen too because I need to kind of be out of the way. I think I'm going to use. Maybe we'll use the Irish cream for our nude. That says it's nude. I don't. Yeah, I think I'm gonna. I think I like that. We're gonna call that. I'm gonna call that one nude. Um. So in here, I'm just gonna come over there and just sample off the screen too. And then over here, we'll do cream color. And I think I'm going to go with this one. Maybe I'll go with this one because it also just gives me that yellow. This, we'll go with that. Okay, so cream. There. Let me see what the web thinks lavender is. Okay, I like that. We're going to go with that one right there. Is good. All right, let's set up 1, 2, 3, 4 fill layers, and we're going to put patterns in here. And we are looking at, so let's do that. And is it some? So there, I'm going to use this for the rows. And do I want to make you maybe like that? And I did want cherries. And there's my, I'm going to use the summer flower just because I like that. Let's call you Rose. I wanted a yellow floral. I want tropical. And I want cherry. All right, this is going to be tropical. Okay, yellow floral. Is that in here? I mean, I could use that. What else do I have? I'm going to type, let's see, flow. See, I like, oh, there it is. That's actually what I'm looking for right there. I've used this before, but I think it's appropriate for underwear. That's kind of like yellow roses. That always strikes me as classic underwear. Oh, this is kind of nice too, but I'm going to go with this one right here. And then I want cherry. Do I have? Oh, I saw it. It went by. There it is. I want that. I want to use the cherries on the black. Oops. So I'm going to go with that. There we go. We've got our colors set up. Let's just save these all out now. I'm just going to... So we're just saving color maps now. Rose, we'll start with Rose. Control-Shift-E. Export. Over into export. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to close all my Explorer windows and reopen them. See if that helps. I might actually have to do a reboot to get this to work right. You are in Documents, Adobe, Substance Painter, and Export. All right. You get to be Roses. You get to be Yellow Floral, even though you look like your pink roses on there. Hey, it refreshed. All right. Yellow Floral. Moving along. Tropical. Dun, dun. Okay. Cherry. Cherries. I'll call it cherries. All right. Lavender. Oh, it's my phone. Hold on a second. All right, we're coming back. I got to help the neighbor get topsoil tomorrow. All right, lavender. I'm going to try to spell lavender correctly today. Lavender. There we go. Okay, moving along. Nude. Nude. Oh, hold on a second. All right, never mind. And I know nude is like that color, like flesh used to be in crayons, but I don't know. Underwear always sells with like a color called nude. They can end up, but I'm going a little darker shade on that. All right, that is done. And cream, and I think that's the last one because we got everything else done. And then we're going to set up the LIE to do the Warren maps. And then if we got time, we'll just start saving these up. Exports finished successfully. Okay. What are you supposed to be? You're cream, right? I knew that. All right, we're good. Let's get all of this moved over. Control X that. Dun, dun. Where's my... I closed that down. That's right. Never mind. CC09. There they are. You know what? I probably don't need this opacity map in here. I'm going to move that into the whip folder. That whip folder right there. Get it out of here because that's an unused map now because I have that and the other one. Okay. I'm going to hit save on this. I'm going to close you down. I'm going to bring the black up. Actually, I'm going to make a backing layer for this. So I need my dirt, which I initially made with my Storm Raider outfit. So storm, and I'm typing in the wrong spot. Storm Raider dirt. There we go. Plop that into there. Hey, take care, Phil. Daughter's coming over. Still got to sew the skirt. She asked me to. Oh no. All right. Thanks for being here. It was good to see you. We will catch you later. Okay, so I'm going to use this. And let me see. So this is going to have an opacity layer. I'm going to make you black. I'm going to come back in here and take a look at my opacity layer. Because you don't actually have an opacity, do you? You blend in a what? I'll figure this out. See, I need a mask for this, and I need a couple of them, sort of. So, and I need you to have a base color of black. And I need you to have a metallicity of black, and we're going to set your roughness to white. And I need a mask on this, and there should have been... I'll tweak this. Let's save this out first. So I just basically need... I don't actually need a... It's not going to save a good opacity map, is it? Let me see how this works. I'll just do a 6 color and see what we get. Because that includes my opacity map. See, I didn't get anything opacity. My metallicity map is black. I'm going to keep that. I don't actually need that. Well, you know what? The roughness map I might be able to do something with. I have a stupid trick I'm going to do. I'm going to take the roughness map and turn it into a mask. And then I think this roughness just becomes flat. I don't need that. That is garbage. That is garbage. So I'm going to redo this, and we're going to save the roughness map this time. But I'm going to do one little tweak in here, which is to turn the roughness black. And then we'll save again. And this should be kind of like an invert of what I want my mask to be. See, there we go. I can use that as a mask. Oh no, I gotta invert it. So that I don't need, that I don't need, that I don't need, and that I don't need. So I just need this and this. And you're just gonna be worn base color. You're going to become worn mask. And then we'll set this up to be an LIE. So Control X, hop over to here, Control V. So I want to invert you. So there's going to be, what's it? I need to add this to the metallicity, to the base color, and to the roughness. All right, Control I, Control M. Look at that's not quite black, so we're just gonna make that black. Control S. Yes. All right, let's see how this goes. All right, let's put the base on here. And now we'll set this up. We'll start with the metallicity. And most of it's black anyhow. But we'll add the layered image editor. Gonna come in here and add an image layer. And then we're gonna just, no, actually I didn't need that. Cancel that. Let's try this again. I just need that to be black. Most of this is black except for a little bit of the metal parts. So layer image editor. So I'm going to just add a color layer in here. Make that black. I don't need you. What do you say you are? You're black. Okay, make that black, and then we're going to use a mask. Add an image mask. That is this thing here. And this effect is going to be almost totally. You might see this on the metal parts in the back, but that's all. Okay, base color, we're going to blend in layer image editor. So this is where we use the image map because it's got the color on it. Add an image layer. I'm going to add this dirt layer. We're going to mask that with the image mask. Add an image mask. So I should see kind of doing this. Did I mask that in right? If I switch the base color. Yeah, that's right. So the black's the dirt. I'm going to probably tweak my mask a bit. I might have gotten that backwards. We'll see. Oh, I want to do the tattered maps too. And then I'm going to do the roughness. Layer image editor on the roughness. I'm going to add a color layer in here. So that's just going to be white. And then we're just going to add a image mask to that. Looks good. Let me double check this. Did I set you up right? I'm just seeing where my, all right, my mask's on the right thing. Okay. All right, let's go tear our material up. I'm gonna hide you and hide you. And tat. I'm looking for this. There we go. Open you up. How do I want to do you? I want to multiply you, and I want a backing layer right in here. Okay, actually I can use fill layer for this. And we're just concerned about how the opacity is going to come out. All right, that I never use. I should get rid of that at some point. Let's just use these two. And now we'll just adjust these to give you a little better. So, 1.5 and maybe 2.5 on that one. And then we'll just adjust those a little bit. I don't like the way that's sitting on the seam, so I think we'll try to, which one are you? You're this one. So let's see if we can get that off the seam a little bit. Like that. There we go. That looks better. Maybe. I'm getting there. Let me tweak that. Minus 0.003. Minus 0.01. I think that's good. I'm going to need it to not touch up that, so I'm going to just add a little a layer on top of that, and we'll just touch these up so that they don't get accidentally deleted out. But other than that, that's going to be the worn map, and I'm going to blend this in with the LIE that we're working with. So I'm going to add a paint layer on here that we're just going to paint with opacity in the white today. And I just need my normal brush. And I just kind of want to get that there, that there, that in there. See, that one there is just completely transparent. So we'll just take that out. I should make you smaller. How do I make you smaller again? That's rotate. There we go. Get you, got you. See, that is too much. We're also going to go down the straps to make sure I don't have anything where it's just completely black across the strap. Because that just basically means it's no longer, it's not, see right in here, we'll just, in that right there. Just fix that up. I'm going to actually make you a little smaller. Other side. See, that looks fine. Here we got some bad. Because if it was torn all the way through, it would just flop. So we're just going to make sure there's something holding it together. I think that'll probably be good enough. Oh yeah, let's make sure. I think that's good. Save that as an opacity map. And the LIE will multiply this across to get our worn blending in. So if we're using the lace, this should just blend in with the lace, right? Control Shift E. Let's say opacity. Right there. Export that. This will be worn opacity. Control X that. Back over and Control V. And where was I? I got the roughness done, right? Yeah, I got the roughness done. I got the base color done. I got the metallicity done. So I just want the opacity. Layer image editor. And we're just going to add an image layer. And I'm going to add that. And right over here, I'm going to set you to multiply. So that we're blending into two. And it'll accept that. Let's see how this is looking. I don't know, Control R, how do you actually I'm getting some little weird. Where are you coming from? I'm probably going to tweak this mask. And I might just say, yeah, because that mask's not working for me. I don't like that. I want it to be blended maybe a little bit more. Maybe I didn't need to shade that up as much. And I've got a little, are you... Is that happening? Because it shouldn't be. I shouldn't be. I thought I cleaned that up. I'll take a look at that. Yeah, it should be over the edge. And did I need to? And I've got it sitting there. I don't know. I'll have to look and see where that's coming from. Shouldn't come from this because I'm just multiplying, which means it should only get darker. So it's already black. It shouldn't get being lighter. And yet I'm seeing a little bit of that edge right there. I have to play with this to get it to look better. I'm not happy with how that's looking right off the bat. I'm going to go ahead and say this is an LIE preset, though. So I can come back to it later. So we'll do that. And we'll just do this. And we'll say worn LIE. And I think we'll just accept all of that, and I'm put that over here for now. So now we're just going to set up the basic colors with all those maps. I think I got 12, and we've got the white done. So now we just have to do What, 11 more? Black. Material preset. Do that. Say black. Cherries. Cream. Lavender. Nude. Pink. Roses. Tropical. Okay, I think we got white down already, which means we're just going to do yellow floral as the last one. Is that right? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, and I got actually 10, right? 5, 10, and then I got these, the two metallic ones. And they just need different metallicity and roughness maps. Yellow floral. Okay, let's do the gold. And that gets its own special metallicity map. Metallic. And it also gets its own roughness map. Metallic roughness. And let's just take a look at how that looks. So it'd be kind of shiny. Yeah, I like that. That looks nice. And then silver is just basically that, the silver map. All right, those are all done. So these are actually all the material files. Actually, I might do. No, I did the opacity, default opacity lace. And then the worn LIE. Let's see how the worn LIE looks with the silver. I think the big thing is I'm going to change that mask because I'm not crazy. That's just looking too. And then that drives what the rest of this looks like. And this should be kind of shiny, except in the spots where the dirt are. So that looks good. And there's the tattered. I should have a version worn and then worn tattered. I think we'll do that. So I'm going to load up the LIE, clean out a couple of channels, and then resave it so that it doesn't also change the opacity. Or maybe I should just do an LIE with the opacity. Or maybe I just, you know what? I'm going to blend that in and save. No. I don't know. I'm thinking. I do want to change the pattern of the mask. I'm going to do that. So I think I'm good here. What was my other plans? I think that was the whole plans for the stream today. I'm going to go ahead and render out these thumbnails. Let's do that. Let's set this up for thumbnails. I am going to probably change. I don't know. Let's play with this. And where did my dirt go? Oh, that's right there. I'm going to keep the color. I'm going to change the mapping on this though. Let's try. So let's put a white layer in here, and I'm just going to play with the color, and we'll just put a dirt on here, and I'm just going to adjust that until it gives me a nice pattern that I look. So what we'll do is we'll add a generator on. Actually, we're going to put this in here. I'm going to put a generator on that. And I'm just going to use this to kind of make the dirt pattern that I like. And I'm probably going to use a couple. You use a little bit of edge wear. But let's just, nope, I didn't want dripping. Let's do dirt. And let's play with this. And that might actually be good. So basically what we're looking at is what will be black will be end up being the dirty parts. And then, so maybe we have a little bit too much. You know what my problem is? I'm blending weird. I was blending white on the white. Does it have a dirt color? Is that what's going on? Oh, it's coming from the grunge. My scaling's a little. So if I do that, I don't know, let's try this. Although I think I need to invert the mask. Control Shift E. Let's just save you as a base color. And open the output director. And we're going to call you, what are you? You're the Warren mask. Is that what I was calling it? Open with Photoshop. Control I. Save. Let's see how this works. Cut you. Pop over. Control V. I should get out. There we go. Okay, so this won't automatically refresh because it's a baked in texture now. But so I have to reapply, and then we can drop the LIE in there. LIE is a little slow, so we'll just take a minute here while it does its thing. And we'll see how this looks. I think I like that a lot better. And Control R. I am going to save a version without the opacity change, though. That's kind of shiny, though. But I don't think my dirt's shiny. I think it's the underlying color. Did I put my nude on or did I put my gold on? I think actually that's probably the gold, isn't it? Yeah, I used the gold. That's why it's shiny. Alrighty. That's looking good. I'm happy with that. I want to just take a look at the back and see how that actually turned out. See if I'm going to hate this or not. I'm not hating it. That looks okay. Why my phone made a noise? Yeah. I think this is fine. I actually kind of like this. I'm going to cancel that. All right, we're going to, so let me reset this and we're going to clean up the LIE on one of these. I'm just going to, let's reload the cream. Do I want to can I just do this and then clean out the opacity? Can I just delete and accept that? And then resave this as worn and tattered. And actually, let's put LI, no, worn and tattered LI. That's probably good. Yeah, let's do that. File as a layered image preset, worn and tattered. I got too many spaces in there, but that's okay. We can clean that in a second. Rename. Like that. Oh, no, wait, I saved the wrong one. You're supposed to be worn and tattered. You're just worn. Yeah, you're just worn. Did my opacity map change, though? It did. It reset it back to the original. Ah, Farfignugan. Okay, so I do the original one. Does that blend? Yeah, that's good. I just have to reset this because apparently trying to re-edit isn't doing the trick. Here's the temp folder. View, sort by date. View. Details. Say date. 347. That looks about right. So I'm looking. So I actually kind of want to see that one right there. That looks. That's fine. I'm going to delete you. This one becomes worn and tattered. Did I not delete? I must have. Worn and tattered. And then let's do this. And then what we're going to do is I'm just going to reset all of this. Except for the opacity map, we're not touching that. So base, so metallicity, layer image editor. We're just going to add a color layer that'll be black. I'm going to put an image mask on that, which is this. And accept that. And then we'll do the color. I need an image map for that because we're still going to use this dirty map. And then I need an image mask on that. And then we accept that. And then I just need to do the glossy roughness. And then I'm going to save that. Okay, so that needs a color layer that's going to be white. And with that, we then add the image mask. And then I'm going to save this as the worn LIE. So do that, except not and tattered. And we'll just take a quick peek in here and see what's going on. See, it's just doing metallicity and base color along with the glossy roughness. Should be good. All right, I think we're fine. We'll just double check these. So this should, I'm kind of looking at the cutout opacity over here. Oh, LIAs are so fast, aren't they? See, that didn't change. Excellent. Let's reset you. Let's put the lace on so I can kind of see it down in here. And then we'll do the worn and tattered. And it's still thinking. And I can see that it blended that with the lace. Okay, so this is good. Those do what I want to do. All right, 9 minutes. Let's do some thumbnails. Let's set this up for rendering thumbnails. What am I looking for? I'm looking for render settings. General. We'll set this up to the tip file size. 256, 256. I'm going to do that. I'm going to rename this DS thumbnail focus. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put white on it. And I think I'm going to kind of zoom in a little bit. And I'm going to change the color to my neutral gray. And I am going to rename this DS thumbnail focus. This is for the script. Let's save you. File, save as scene. Come over here and do our new folder. CC09. I went too fast. CC09. Thumbs. Okay. That looked like, what did that do? It looked like something changed. Oh, I know what happened. I did that wrong. I got to resave these two. Let's come in here and apply that. What I forgot to do is change the cutout opacity value to 1. Chris, I saw something. Charles is saying something. I'm going to get up and make dinner. Catch you a short bit around 8. All right. Catch you later, Charles. Thanks for being here, man. Always a pleasure to have you here, buddy. Let me run in the background here so you still get the video. I appreciate it. And you'll be there for the raid, but you probably won't participate. Sounds good. All right, let's save this. Material preset. I'm going to overwrite the opacity default. Say yes. Check only, all modified. Looks good. All right, we're going to swap that map out for the lace. Resave that. That's not what I wanted. Check only, all modified on that, and accept that. Should be good. All right, let's put that back. So let's reset everything. White. Use my slate gray. Apply that. Looks good. Control R. We'll make our tip file. All right, that's the default opacity. Save you. Right here. There. 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 And there. And I guess I did this over here. There it is. All right, overwrite that one. All right, apply this. Override that one. Okay, I'm going to put that base on and we'll use the Warren LIE. And then I'll do the Warren LIE Tatter. And then we're going to crank out the colors. And we'll use a script to do that. And then we'll raid. Well, I'm going to turn, I need the thumbnails for these. We'll do that, then we'll raid. In the meantime, you know what, I'm going to come over here and do some little background work. So what I don't need, I'm going to sort by type so I can get rid of all of these thumbnails through to here. And I'm not going to need these. And this is the one I'm rendering right now. I'm going to leave that there. We're still waiting for the LIE to finish. Man, I don't know why these are so slow. Could just be my system. It's not done yet. It's just that now it's done. I gotta work on that one. All right, let's see how this one looks. I might redo these. We're going to run a little over because I do want to knock these thumbnails out. It's still thinking. Oh my God, come on, man. What the hell? There. All right, let's do this. And you overwrite that one there. Okay. I'm going to adjust this so it's visually different. we'll reset, clear out the LIEs that were on here. And now we're ready to run the script. So let's hit save on that. Make sure that says DS thumbnail focus. Come click into here and we'll run the thumbnail masteries. Do that. UR. So we're going to use this file right here. I'm going to save this stuff into materials. I'm going to just use these presets. Starting here with black down to yellow floral. I'm going to do those. I'm going to set this to be thumbnail size. The last time I did it was saved scene size. This time we're going to do 91 by 91 PNGs, and it'll make tip files as well. All right, create thumbs. Do you want to continue? Yes, please. So while that's happening, I'm going to clean these. We're going to make 91 by 91 thumbnails out of those. So I got those knocked out. And then we're going to clean these file names up. And that's currently what I need to get rid of. And I want to replace it with that. Apply those. Should be good. And in the meantime, this is running along. And we can actually take a peek and see as it goes here. All right, it's on cream. So we've got 3 done. And while this is working, I'm going to go ahead and take a peek on who's playing around today in the Twitch first. Hey, if you're on YouTube, thanks. That's cool. Like and subscribe. That would be great. If you're on Twitch, feel free to stick around. We're going to raid out. Here's some raid calls. Grab the one that works for you. The first one's I'm not a subscriber. The second one is I am a subscriber. And I appreciate that. And today on Twitch, we have... That is YouTube. That's Twitch. I don't know. If Sally's on, I think I'll raid Sally. Supreme Doom's on. She's got 87 people. If you're not following our good friend Supreme Doom, give her a follow. She's got a super cool crafty collective over there, and she is kind of trying to become a partner. And if you like what you see, feel free to stick around and check her out. Become part of that crafty collective community. Super cool community. I highly recommend it. But today, I'm going farther down. I see Sean Collins' art is on. That's a possibility. Bluxfy is on. That is probably who we're... Yeah, I think we're going to raid Blux again. I'm just checking. Bronto Saver's on. Doing art. I raid Bronto an awful lot, but I raid Blux an awful lot. And I raid Sally from time to time. But she's doing this library thing where she's going through this library, collecting books and putting them on shelves. Taddy is on, playing Paper Mario. Meeksy. Bronto Saver's only got 6 people, though. Because everybody's probably watching Taddy or Blux. There's like too many of the art friends on all at the same time is what it's coming down to. You know what? We'll go hang out with Bronto, our good friend Bronto Saver. So we'll do that today. Are we done? White. We've got one more to go. Yellow, floral. And then I want to change these thumbnail names a little bit. We're going to add a .duff in here. I think that's the last one. That's the last one. Yay. All right, let's refresh. There's our official thumbnails. I'm going to do one more thing. So this is okay, but Daz prefers to have a .duff in there. So I'm going to select these and we're going to add .duff. Make it .duff.png. And what do I got? 12. Back to our rename with the power renamer. PNG, and we're going to say .duff.png and apply that. Close that. Close this. Come over here and refresh just to make sure I didn't screw anything up. Looks good. Thank you all for being here. This should work on both the Genesis 8 and the Genesis 9. And then when I break these apart later on, they'll still work with the tops and the bottoms. So let's go over and say hi to Bronto Saver. Thank you all for being here. We will be back tonight for the Saturday Night Social, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. It's an art share. It's a Discord chat. It's an old cartoon. Feel free to join us then. So let's do this. /raid Bronto Saver. Control C. Control V. Hit that. And away we go. All right. If I don't see you tonight, I hope you have a good rest of a Saturday or Sunday for those of you on the happy side of the planet. And hasta la vista, baby.